Alright, people. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. And instead of me just beating on the desk, rapping on the webcam, I'm going to beat on the desk, rap on the webcam with some studio headphones and a very expensive microphone. This song that I got for you right now is called Fantasy. And it goes. I'm at the dollar store shopping like I usually do. I'm broke, but I bought some groceries, some clothes for me, and a Rubik's Cube. While I'm moving through the food aisle, I smile because I saw some Captain Crunch, and I really ain't had that stuff in a while. But all of a sudden, my spidey sense tangles. I get the cereal later on because walking around as a woman that's single. How do I know I got my radars on? So I go scoping, hoping I don't forget that soap and lotion. I made the notion to approach her, and we looked at each other in slow motion. With my quick thinking as she looking at me, I grabbed some stove top, stuff her hamburger, help her and asked her which one she felt like cooking for me. She smiled, that's all I needed to see, because I'm quick with my thought and slick on my tongue and sweet with my speech. Later on that night she called and we discussed the brink of our confrontation till it evolved into freaky conversation. And she saying things to me she can't believe cause she don't know me, but I had to see what was a fantasy. And then she finally told me, ooh, I always had a fantasy with two guys. I ain't never had it cause I'm too shy. The thought it make my panties be wet, though I ain't carried out my fantasy yet. I'm saying, ooh, I always had a fantasy with two guys. I ain't never had it cause I'm too shy. The thought it make my panties be wet, though I ain't carried out my fantasy yet. And why is that? Cause I just can't tell two men in company that they both could pull a switcheroo and take turns humping me. Okay, I see you just submissive and you want two boys to take advantage. Just thinking and talking about it is making me moist in my panties. Girl, you so nasty. I know, but do your thing cause it's your body. I don't want you to think I'm a hoe, but the thought just makes me feel so naughty. That turns me on, but I know what you mean. No, you don't. Trust me, how can I pull this off without niggas finding out thinking they could bust me down? Well, I got an idea. What? I'm gonna call my friend up and tell him what you just told me, but let him see that you not a slut. Is he cute when he get women? And all I know is we run in. Oh, let me hit you back to get him the facts. I'm gonna call you in a minute. Well, gonna do what you supposed to do, cause I'm too shy to approach a dude. But remember, I'm still a beginner, so I'm not giving it to the both of you. That's cool. I'm just gonna tell them what we gonna do tonight. Exactly what we talked about when you called me up and you was like, ooh, I always had a fantasy with two guys. I ain't never had it cause I'm too shy. The thought it make my panties be wet, though I ain't carried out my fantasy yet. I'm saying, ooh, I always had a fantasy with two guys. I ain't never had it cause I'm too shy. The thought it make my panties be wet, though I ain't carried out my fantasy yet. I call my partners in crime cause when it comes to women we freaky sexual. Dudes that's used to doing this a lot cause we professionals. Some of them girls be cute, but some of them ugly like drag queens. If you ask me, it really ain't matter as long as we happy. Everyone in the tag team. Instead of one homie, I ended up calling two. Maybe I shouldn't involve him, but he's smoking his weed with us, and we hoping that we could just pull it off. I give her a call just to make sure she ain't blacking out, cause ain't no slacking now. In fact, bring me a pack of Black and Miles. I hope she doesn't get mad when she sees there's more than just two of us. Most likely she won't be pursuing us and definitely won't be screwing us, but at least we blew that dust and we high. I knock on the door, she arrived. I open the door and see her eyes. She's surprised she see three guys, but she's still cool with it. She said as long as she was willing to let two hit it, she might as well let three hit it. It turned her on more penises in her. We just done bended her over, and one by one we did some damage banging her coochie. Plus she never knew we had her head in camera singing, ooh, I always had a fantasy with two guys. I ain't never had it cause I'm too shy. The thought it make my panties be wet, though I ain't carried out my fantasy yet. I'm singing, ooh, I always had a fantasy with two guys. I ain't never had it cause I'm too shy. The thought it make my panties be wet, though I ain't carried out my fantasy yet. And that right there is my fantasy. Actually, if you're a female, it's probably your fantasy. And until then, I'm gonna be all y'all's fantasies.